Here we've got a list of ingredients for making apple crumble for 4 people. Jenna doesn't want to make apple crumble for 4 people though. She wants to serve 10 people, so she's going to have to change the amounts of each ingredient that she uses. Now there are lots of ways to work out how much of each ingredient she needs to serve 10 people. We could work out the amount for 1 person. We'd do that by dividing by 4. We could then multiply by 10 to work out the amount for 10 people. So this is one method of getting the answer. Another way would be to say that this recipe serves 4 people. But we want to serve 10, so we'd need another 4 people to make 8, and then another 2 people to make 10. So we'd need the whole recipe twice, and then half of the recipe. The way I like to do this question, especially if it's on the non-calculator paper, is to say it's easy enough to work out how much of each ingredient we need for 2 people by dividing by 2, and once I know the amounts for 2 people, I can multiply by 5 to get the amounts for 10 people. So this is my plan. I'm going to divide each amount by 2 and then multiply by 5. So first of all, I want to divide the amounts here by 2. So 80 divided by 2 is 40. 60 divided by 2 is 30. 90 divided by 2 is 45. 60 divided by 2 is 30. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now I need to multiply all of these by 5. So 40 times 5 is 200. 30 times 5 is 150. 45 times 5 is 225. 30 times 5 is 150. And 2 times 5 is 10. For any difficult multiplications, like 45 times 5, if you need to do a bit of side working, that's absolutely fine. The working would look like this. To finish off, we just need to label our quantities with the names of each ingredient. So this is the final answer. Here's one of those for you to try. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here's the answer. Here's another question for you to try. Part B is a bit different. Take your time to read it carefully. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Here are the answers. One way of getting this answer for Part B is to say that 120 grams of flour makes 8 pancakes. 60 grams is half of this, so that will make half of 8, which is 4 pancakes. Zoe uses 180 grams of flour, which is these 2 amounts added together. So she must make these 2 amounts of pancakes added together, which is 12. Here's your final difficult exam question to try. Press pause and have a go at it. When you're ready, press play. Now, every time Richard makes this recipe, he uses up 25 grams of sugar. If he's got 250 grams of sugar, that means he can make the recipe 10 times. The recipe uses up 100 grams of butter each time, so with 900 grams of butter, he can make the recipe 9 times. If I do the same thing for the flour, I first of all need to change this 1 kilogram into 1,000 grams. Now 100 grams goes into 1,000 grams 10 times, so he can make the recipe 10 times with the flour he's got. And for the milk, 5 goes into 30 6 times, so he can make the recipe 6 times with the amount of milk he's got. Now obviously, we need to decide which of these ingredients is going to run out first, and it's going to be the milk, because Richard can only make the recipe 6 times before he runs out of milk. If he makes the recipe 6 times, he's going to make 6 lots of 6 biscuits. So the amount of biscuits he can make is 36. Once he's made 36, he's run out of milk, so he can't make any more. So the answer to the question is that Richard can make 36 biscuits.